Hi, St. John's. Chuck Silva, Senior Warden. If you're like me, this is the time of year where you're sitting by your front door waiting for the mailman to come because you're hoping that this is the day that he will deliver the St. John's Annual Appeal letter. Oh, I see the mail has already been delivered and Meg has brought it in. What have we here? Have you ever read this? There's a lot of really good articles in there. Here's some more stuff. Meg and I like to go to museums, and all the museums seem to know that, and they send us stuff. Yep, still don't need hearing aids. Someone tell the hearing aid people that I don't need hearing aids yet. Do you like paying credit card bills? I like paying credit card bills. You know what's fun? You go through them. It's kind of a game. You go through them and you say, what's in here? What items are the items that my adult children are still somehow charging me for that I don't know about? That's fun. What else do we have? Here's a card. It's a card from my mother, and it's addressed to my wife because they're friends. Oh, look, here it is, the St. John's Annual Appeal. Let's open it up. Oh, here's the letter and the card that you fill out. Instructions enclosed. Oh, what a lovely letter. Oh, what's it about? Well, it's about how we, made some improvements to our physical space over the past couple of years, and then last year we focused more on filling a couple holes on staff, which we did. And this is what we've ended up with. And these are the people that are going to take care of us for the foreseeable future. And they're going to lead us and console us and guide us and wrap their arms around us when we need them to. And let's talk about them for a second. There's Rob in the middle with his big white "I'm the rector" collar. When we first came to St. John's, it was the welcoming embrace that we felt from Rob as he preached from the well that drew us in and kept us coming back. It's that radical welcoming philosophy that he communicates not only when his very personal style of preaching, but also in his engagement with each of us one-on-one. But it also extends to his how he leads. He communicates that enthusiasm for welcoming in putting this team together, and how he works with his team and building a team of people who also are there with their arms wide open to welcome us. Let's start with Erin. Erin's only been on the job a couple months, and it feels like she's been part of the family forever. That's just me, but I know others of you feel the same way. Many people have come up to me after hearing Erin preach the first time and say thank you, although I had like nothing to do with it. It really was Rob. The goal, the charge to Rob was, don't hire yourself, find someone who compliments you. And that's not who tells you like you're wearing nice clothes. It's compliments with two E's. We all have gaps. Find the person who fills your gaps, and he did. And we couldn't be happier. And Aaron and Marcus and the boys, we hope you stay here for a long time. And so glad you're here. And then there's Anne. Anne probably has tried to leave, but we're not going to let her go. Her current title is Associate for Pastoral Care. And frankly, I don't care what her title is, as long as we get Anne on whatever terms we can get Anne. Anne's part-time, but 10% of Anne, or whatever it is like 87% of a normal person. So grateful for you. So grateful for Olin, starting in the back. When we hired Olin, I was surprised because I thought he already worked for us because he was around all the time, singing, playing the piano, playing the guitar. He came in and he put together a technology platform so that we could remain connected, and that people who cannot still be physically present with us can remain connected to this community in a way that's second to none. And I've looked at what other parishes do, and what we do is, I think, the best. It's spectacular. And having perfected that problem, he's turned his passion toward the choir school, which he's co-directing with Jen If you don't know about the choir school, you should. It's a great program of St. John's. It faces outward. Many of us have children who participated in the program, but a lot of people from the community who aren't part of the parish participated in it as well. Not only do they get a great musical, educational experience, but it helps us to, forge stronger bonds with the outside community as well. And looking forward to seeing what those guys are going to do with that going forward. Then there's Ashley. Ashley, her title is Communications and Children's Music, but she basically does they all do a lot of things that aren't in their title. But, I guess the less exciting part of her role is communications director. But, anything that you're getting in an email, anything that you're seeing on the platform, that's all her hidden hand to making sure that content gets, created, that the content producers get, herded, and all that gets packaged up and made available to us. And she's great at it. And the children's music program is probably something you're more aware of in her role. Getting those little tiny kids up there to sing and make us all go ooh and like cry. It's phenomenal. Plus, she's got a voice like an angel, which I, wish we would get to hear more, but, she's busy doing other stuff. So lucky to have her. Then Allison Dudas. Allie and Chuck and the girls have been part of St. John's for a number of years. Allie was on the vestry. Allie's got degrees in theology and a master's in theology or something holy-ish from BC, and now had through this process of mutual discernment ended up as our very part-time director of youth, and very, very grateful to have someone doing it, and very, very grateful that someone is Allie. She's already hit the ground running. If you haven't gone apple picking yet, it's too late. You'll have to go to Pennsylvania, because all the apples from New Hampshire are sitting in Thaxter Hall because the youth program went and picked them all, and they made them. Well, they made a lot of them into apple pie and apple bread. Is that a thing? Apple cake, apple butter, apple pan dowdy, apple brown betty, apple cider, apple sauce, apple crisp, apple muffins, and still there's a ton of apples down there. So looking forward to that. So grateful that we have a youth ministry, and so grateful that you're leading that. We are grateful for Michelle. Michelle Karcher is the bookkeeper. This is not a straightforward enterprise when it comes to keeping the books. We are a nonprofit, but we do have some taxable income coming in on the parking. She manages payroll. We have full-time, we have part-time. There are these diocesan rules, and it all needs to be accounted for so that the auditors say everything's great, and she manages all of that as a part-time keeper of the books, and she's great. And she answers a lot of my questions about stuff that we've been doing historically, and if I ever have a knowledge gap, she's the one who can help get it filled. So grateful, Michelle, that you are here and for what you do. Rebecca, so grateful for Rebecca. Rebecca is the office administrator. If you go into the office and Rebecca's not there, they're all just kind of bouncing around, and Jen's probably buffing her nails, and Olin's talking about something that he cooked. Ashley's doing work. She's doing like that, and God knows where Rob is. But Rebecca, that office needs to be run, and she runs it, and she runs it very, 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 very well. And she, and she loves it when people stop by to ask her questions. So if you want to stop by, if you have anything that you want to know about anything, please feel free to stop by during office hours and ask her. Also, she's the person who fixes your parking tickets if you go to thinking outside the box and those kids from UPP give you a parking ticket even though they're not supposed to. She's the one that takes care of that for you. She's also a garlic farmer, as hopefully most of you know by now. And we have her garlic. It's changed our lives. We put it on meatloaf, we put it on pasta, we put it on scrambled eggs. And during vampire season, we put it on our heads so that we can sleep with the windows open and not get attacked by vampires. Works against werewolves too. But we're very, very excited for Rebecca. And finally, there's Jen. Jen Mulhern. Jen McMulhern? What is Jen calling herself? I should know that. Jen, the music director, accomplished organist. The smile, who's beaming constantly, even when she's not. Jen, like, our choir is phenomenal, and our music program is phenomenal, and a lot of people come here because of the music, and we have a phenomenal music program, Jen, because of you. And I know that people came before you who were equally as phenomenal, but you had big shoes to fill, and you have filled them, and you will continue to fill them. And we remain eternally grateful for your presence, and hope you and James and Yugi, the dog, stay with us forever. That's all I've got. That's way too much. I'm great. It costs money, even though most of them are part-time, but come on. I'm just asking everyone to give what they gave last year. All right? And we'll be fine. Okay? God bless you. Thank you in advance. Thank you for being part of the St. John's community. Thank you for supporting us and being present. Your participation is more important than how much you give, and your continued presence in the community is the most important thing of all. Thank you, and I will see you in church.